So, gummy ships. Pretty harmless, right? Flying around, shoot some heartless, build a weird cube that barely turns. But there's something seriously wrong with them, especially in Union Cross, because if you know the timeline, you know they shouldn't exist yet. Like, at all. We're talking about a piece of tech that was literally invented after the worlds were shattered by darkness. And yet here they are, chilling in the age of fairy tales long before that ever happened. Let's talk about how gummy ships might just break the entire lore of Kingdom Hearts. Let's start with what we actually know. According to the official character files, gummy ships were developed in Disney Castle. They're fueled by happy faces, which, okay, fine. But the important part is this. When a world's barrier is destroyed by the power of darkness, fragments of it become falling stars that can be used as materials for the gummy ship. So you need world barriers to shatter before you get the materials. That's why characters in Birth by Sleep, which take place only 10 years before Kingdom Hearts 1, don't have access to gummy tech yet. They travel through darkness, they use armor, Mickey uses star shards. Nobody's got a gummy ship because the universe isn't broken enough yet. The tech hasn't been developed. And then Union Cross comes along, set long before Birth by Sleep, set before the Keyblade War, a time when the worlds are still whole, united, untouched by darkness. And we get gummy ships, flying freely between worlds, using materials that shouldn't exist yet, built in a castle that hasn't been built yet. Like, what are we doing here? It gets even messier when you read the character files for Donald and Goofy in Union Cross, because they're flying through the ocean of between in a gummy ship. It breaks down. They crash in Daybreak Town. They start collecting gummy blocks to repair it. But again, where are these blocks coming from? The world's barriers haven't been shattered yet. There shouldn't be any fragments to work with. The logic of the world doesn't hold up. And even if this is supposed to be some kind of dream, data world, or alternate reality, yes, I know, I hear you. Parts of Unchained Key and Union Cross take place in simulated environments. We know Brain is running reconstructions. We know data world exists. But here's the problem. Even inside a simulation, you're still following the rules of the time that you're simulating. And in that time, gummy ships still don't exist, because the Keyblade War hasn't happened. So this isn't a question of whether or not Union Cross is real or not. It's a question of why the logic collapses either way. Simulated or not, the timeline doesn't support the presence of gummy ships. And on top of that, we need to remember something fundamental about Kingdom Hearts and how it handles simulated or storybook worlds. Even if they're fake, even if they're digital, they still follow their own rules. They have boundaries. You can't just infinitely rewrite a simulation and have it remain coherent. This is baked into the lore. Keyblade wielders can't just walk in and out of worlds, messing up with the flow of events without consequences. That's the whole reason we're told not to meddle in other worlds in the first place. Think back to the simulation Diz created for Roxas in Kingdom Hearts 2. That version of Twilight Town had limits. Roxas wasn't allowed to go beyond the world's defined edges. He couldn't go to the beach on the last day of summer break because the simulation simply didn't have one. Even fake worlds still play by their own rules. So even if Union Cross is just another layer of a simulation, it still doesn't make sense that gummy ships exist in it. They're breaking rules that even fake worlds are supposed to respect. This isn't just a nitpick about spaceships, right? It's a crack in the foundation of how the Kingdom Hearts universe explains itself. Because if gummy ships exist before the barriers are shattered, then the worlds weren't as whole as we thought. And then maybe the timeline isn't what we've been told. Or worse, the writers are using gummy ships as some sort of set dressing without respecting what they mean in universe. And if they're willing to break that rule, what else are we being told that doesn't line up? Oh, and if you're wondering how Donald and Goofy are even in Union Cross to begin with, yeah, that's a whole other mess. I've got a separate video where I break down their appearance in the age of fairy tales, because, spoilers, that doesn't make any sense either. So you can check that out if you want more chaos. So what do you think? Are Gummi Ships and Union Cross just a gameplay shortcut, or are they a sign that the timeline is more fractured than we realise? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear your theories.